Good morning. I'm just trying to get this in. I moved the camera, so I'm just trying to get everything settled in. But good morning. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And I wanted to do this card that I saw. Look at in this cute where it just pops up. You can see it's just little boxes. Okay, and then you've got room to write on the back. And this was based on a video I saw from a demo called Iced Images, and she called it a Z-fold pop-up block card, and it was made in a 5x7. So since we typically make, excuse me, the A2 size cards, which is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I was able to cut it down and make it, and this would of course stand up on a mantle, be mantle worthy, right? So let's make this one. So I started off just by making some kind of templates, if you will. And when I tried making it like hers, making each one a little bit smaller, because of the size of this card, it just, to me, I wanted it to reach further across. So we're making one that reaches all the way over this way. So it covers up the majority of the card. All right, so what you need on this, if you'll take your, let me get these pieces out of the way. If you will take your 8 1/2 by 11 paper and cut it at 4 1/4, your base piece is going to be 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. So that's this one. Okay, so then your other pieces are going to be 4 1/4. All right, so we've got this, but it's going to be by 3 1/2, 2 3/4, and 2. Now, I found with this, since I'm going to be scoring them all, these 3 pieces at 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, and 3 3/4, that you might want to even score them all first before we cut them. So let's see, we go 1 1/4. You don't have to do this. I just thought it might take 1 1/4, 2 1/2. It might cut off a little bit of time. And 3 3/4. Okay. So now all my scores are made, and then I will cut it at 3 1/2, 2 3/4, and 2. And this just cuts down on having to make all the separate score lines. You can easily cut them first. I have this piece left over. You can easily cut them first and then score. Just this way I only had to score one time. Okay, so that's my 3 pieces that are going to become the little pop-up blocks. Now, just so while we're doing this, we'll go ahead and score this piece. Our base piece is going to be scored at 5 1/2. And 7. Okay. So then I was going to go ahead and cut my DSP. So see, we have the one piece that goes on the back. That's going to be your regular 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have these 4 little pieces that go on the front. The first one is 1 1/4 by 4. The others are just 1 inch wide, and it's by 3 1/4, 2 1/2, and 1 3/4. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that, and then I can get the trimmer out of the way. So with this paper, it doesn't really matter what direction we're going in. So I'll cut my first at 1 1/4 by 4. And then my other pieces are going to be 1 by 3 1/4 2.5. And 1 3/4. All right, so we can move those out of the way now. All right, let me get my bone folder. So pretty much what you're going to do, is to take your card base and make like you're making a Z fold, just like this. We're folding it in and then back on itself. And that's your first panel. So if you want to go ahead and put this on here, I'm going to use the liquid glue for this just because it gives me that little bit of wiggle room. When we attach the little boxes, I'm going to use the tear and tape because I need something a little bit stronger. I don't want to just stand and hold it. And I liked this, sometimes I'll make a different one when I'm doing the video than the original, but this one, I really liked this card, so I wanted another one of these. Okay, and I'm going to put the piece on the back. Iced Images, I've done a demo on at least one of her other cards. I don't remember which one it was, but she does some really nice fun folds. It just wasn't the size that I wanted, only because I don't usually keep 5x7 envelopes. Now I could easily make one, or I could easily get some and make the card in 5x7 size, and you might want to do that because that would be fun too. Okay, now these three, I am going to go ahead and put the DSP on there, and I'm going to put it on the second panel in. If you forget and you don't, you attach them to here first, you can put it on later. It's just easier to put it on now. Okay, I'll get that lined up. Yeah, I hope we had such a nice Thanksgiving yesterday. I was hoping, 2 days ago, I was hoping that it was going to be a little bit cooler so we could eat outside, but it was still pretty warm here. So we ate inside, but that's okay because we spent some time outside before we ate. After we ate, I always take our Christmas photo on Thanksgiving also, and we got a nice one for this year. So that was good. Every once in a while we forget to take them, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, now what are we going to do? Because trying to get us all together, it's not easy, especially around this time of year. Okay. So now, like I said, we have the 3 boxes. So we're going to just make the folds. They're all going to be mountain folds because we're making a box. We're not, going back and forth. And this is going to fit on here just like this. Okay. So when you do this, if you will put whatever adhesive you're going to use, I would not use snail for this because they come apart. Snail to me never held that well. The tear and tape holds well, the red line tape holds well, and your liquid will hold well. You'll just have to hold it for a minute to let it dry. So just not the snail. And where did I put my tool? I've laid my take a pick tool off to the side somewhere. So let me just get. I also have one of these. What was this called? I don't know. It's just the pick. So we'll just use that because I find it easier to get this tape cover off of here. There. My take a pick tool I use all the time, so there's no telling where it is. All right, I'm going to leave that up now. So if you will put this kind of butted up right next to, center it this way and just put it right there on the fold and then close this. Okay, Okay, there's that part of the box. And then if you will take off, and the reason I don't take this off first is because sometimes I get that tape then already where I don't want it. If you'll just fold this, I'm just folding this down and then close it. That way everything is in the right place. See? And it's just, it doesn't go all the way on the bottom. If you can just see the, where it comes around, but that makes our box. Okay, and then I take the next one. Again, I'll make my folds. It goes together pretty easy. It's not a difficult one. You've just got a lot of things to cut ahead of time. Again, I'll put my tear and tape on. Remember the red line tape we always used to use before this came out? Loved the red line tape for keeping things. I mean, it was so strong, but boy, was it hard to get that that cover off of it. That red tape. Oh my goodness! Sometimes that would take forever. I just think this would make a really nice holiday card. Okay, so again, I'm just going to butt it right up where I want it there. Make sure that it's centered, and then I'm going to close this down. And now it's attached. And then I can take this liner off, fold it there. And I'm just, it doesn't reach all the way. You're folding it and then folding this down. So now I've got two of my boxes, if you can see that. Okay, and then we'll do the last one. And basically the card's done. I guess I could have put the back on before I put all of these on too, but didn't think of it. Oh well. Like so many other things in stamping, there's always more than one way to do it. Which is nice, because then if you forget, oh my goodness, I forgot that step or something, it's, it can be done at a different time. Not a big deal. I think this would also make a really cute, like a birthday card, something that they'd want to stand up and show. A birthday card or Happy New Year or really, thank you, happy anniversary, whatever you wanted to do. So again, we're going to just center this, and I'm just eyeballing it. You could measure if you really want to. And close that down. And fold this. And again, it doesn't reach all the way. Fold it. Folding this down. There we go. And that is it. You put the whole card together. See how easy that was? Okay. And then let me move these out of the way. Just put everything back so I don't lose any of the little pieces. All right, so now I am, for this one, just like I did for the last one, I'm going to put the basic white piece on the back, since there's not really any place else to write. If you don't want to, write something, you don't have to put this on the back. Make sure I'm putting it the right way. This is just a, let's go. Okay, so that's on the back. If you wanted to, not put that on the back and then just sign it down here, that's certainly something that would be fine. And I think on this one, I put my Christmas wishes there. Now, if your steps were all different heights, you would, whoops, and I put it on the wrong side, you would want to make sure that you only put adhesive on the step that you're putting this on. So if you do the 5x7 where she's got it coming down a little bit each time, then you'd want to make sure that you're not putting adhesive on 2 different levels because it wouldn't hold up like that. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on these. And as usual, there's a piece of my hair. Go. Between my hair and the dog's hair. Probably lucky that everything doesn't have hair on it, right? All the cards. I'm just adding these. Again, I'm not going over the edge because I don't want to, I still want it to fit in the envelope. And my dimensionals that I have are here. Also not here. That's okay. We'll just, on the first one, I popped the little berries up, but this one I'm just going to put them down. Because I will find the dimensionals as soon as I finish the video. That's okay. Like I said, there's always another way. I'll put this here. Okay, so look how cute this is. And again, these are a little bit different height. So I only put the glue on this level, not on this one, because I want it to be able to move. And I'll bring out that original one. So it fits it down inside the envelope, and then when they take it out, it's this, and then it can sit up so that you can see it. And you put your words on the back. So I hope that you might try this Z-Fold pop-up block card. I thought that it was very nice, and she did a great job. I appreciate her making this one up. And I hope that everybody has a great day. Bye.